So today we're going to talk about something that many dog owners deal with. What happens to our dog when our kids go back to school? Your kids may already be back to school or recently going to start going back to school. But I want to make sure that your transition goes smoothly. And there's a few things that you may not be thinking about that's going to affect your dog and their behavior. And so I want to talk about those things so you can get ahead. Let's jump into it. So one of the main things you want to think about is separation anxiety or your dog being home alone. With kids going off to school, yes, their schedule changed, but your work schedule or whatever schedule you have may change as well. The house suddenly feels empty. Your dog might feel lonely and anxious. You might notice them barking a lot more, chewing on things they shouldn't should not be chewing on, and pacing around. So before school even starts, or if school already has started, you want to begin by leaving your dog home alone for a few minutes at a time. I call it small moments of separation, and then you're going to slowly increase that time. So if you're going to the bathroom, leave them outside the door, going to check the mailbox, any small moments you can to close the door and leave them alone. You want to start there. But also in general, just giving them a safe place where they have their favorite items and blankets and toys and leaving them there so they can start to feel a little bit more secure about where they're being left alone, and just making sure they have something to keep them engaged. But sometimes dogs really do struggle with staying home alone. If you find that you try some of these techniques and it's not working or it's not moving as you want, reach out to a professional trainer like myself, or just consult with your vet as well, because it could be a health issue. But definitely start leaving them home alone. Next up, we have changes in routine, right? As I said, kids are going off school. You may have changes in your routine. We don't want to start the first day of the routine change. I always say if it starts in September, start mimicking what that routine would be like right now. So it's just a smooth process when that time comes and your dog's not thrown off guard as to like why things have been changed around. But just, try to keep things consistent, like feedings, walk-ins, playtimes as best as you can. And also, a tired dog's a good dog, so morning sessions, tiring them out can be absolutely key as well. Any type of lack of exercise is gonna be another concern with everyone going back to school or changes in schedule. You may not be able to walk your dog enough as much as you want to. Maybe you're not going on as many trips to the beach with your dog. So your dog's like, what's going on? Nothing's, happening. And so with that being said, they can start to get destructive, or, a lot of things can transpire when they don't have the regular exercise. So you want to go to school. Sometimes I'm like, bring your dog to the bus stop with the kids, or try to incorporate it into your schedule, just so you're not taking any extra time. And also some playtime when you get home. One of the main things I get called about is like after 5 o'clock, my dog gets crazy. That's because they want your attention. You've been gone all day or working from home all day, but afternoons is when they want your attention. So try to spend just a little bit of time with them in the evenings so your dog doesn't feel left out and they're not attention seeking and things of such. They miss the kids, and when the kids all come running home for school, they get really, really, really excited. So how you're going to fix this is just make sure, again, you spend quality time with your dog, play with them, train with them. Make sure that you have a consistent routine and schedule in place for the afternoons. Like I said, that's a major phone call that I get from families, and making sure that maybe you take your dog out for a walk. You give the kids something to do. Maybe they play in a separate area, but definitely just making sure things are going smoothly. So as I talked about before, any type of change can lead to, any type of new behavior. But also what can happen too is, you think about it, is not only a change in routine. Maybe you're not able to train your dog like you used to because you have all the free time. So be aware that there can be some regression in whatever skills you have worked on, whatever loose leash walking, whatever you did for as training. There may be some regression because you're not able to train as much because of the new schedule. But I always tell folks, don't feel bad. Let your new schedule kind of sink in, and then see what's the best way that you can implement training back into that schedule so it's not regression. But they don't lose the skill. You just need to get them back on track. But also just a reminder, dogs may have health concerns and issues that may come up that may affect things as well. So you always want to make sure if anything comes up, talk with your vet just to double check things. But definitely, these are some tips that will help the transition go smooth when it comes down to your kids going back to school. And like I said, don't be so hard on yourself. Everyone's busy, life's busy, but definitely there are ways to navigate that. So I hope you enjoyed this topic. If you have any questions, drop them in the comments, but I definitely will see you next week with another great topic.